It's Boxing Day. I always thought it had to do with this, but it has to do with returning stuff, I guess, that you get for Christmas that you don't want. Is that true?
I don't know. I think it goes back to like Shakespeare or something.
Yeah, I don't think they had big box stores.
Someone in England will tell us.
They will, I'm sure.
One of our UK viewers.
Can you hear us? That's the most important thing at this very moment. Let us know if you can hear us. I will watch the chat, and you can tell me. In the meantime, it's our year-end show number 94.
Yeah, closing in.
And we have, let me see, who do we have in the audience? We have Belgium in the audience. How about that? Belgium, France. We have Berlin. We know it's snowing in Oregon. We have France and Stockholm. We're worldwide. So welcome all y'all. And let's see, what can I tell you? Get well soon to Joshua and his family who have got the breakthrough. And Elliot, we got a song for you. Actually, we're not going to sing the whole song. Should we do his song right now?
Sure.
Elliot, you're gonna lose all that weight. Lose all that weight in no time.
Apologies to Paul McCartney.
Sorry. Anyways, we're going to do a whole bunch of year-end type shows. Can you hear us? I guess I should check that before we continue. Yes? Somebody tell me, please? 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 Yes, you hear me. Okay. All right, folks. Well, we're getting to the end of the year. It's our second COVID year, which has been quite a challenge. But having this to do every week and having you, so many of you are regulars, and we feel like we know you really well by now. And it's just been, I don't know, honestly, I don't know what we would have done emotionally without this. Not to mention your generous tips that have kept us afloat all year.
And it's kept us connected. Totally
connected. And so we know when one of you is sick. We know when one of you has lost a loved one. We'll talk about that a little bit later today. And we just envelop each other in warmth and love and music, which has been such a blessing. So thank you all for joining us. We left our flashing snowflakes up because it's still the season. It's still the winter.
But we have some songs that kind of relate to the year cycle starting over.
Yeah, and we're going to start with this one. It's a Gene Clark song. It's called Full Circle. 2, 3, 4. Funny how the circle turns around. First you're up, then you're down again. Though the circle takes what it may give, each time around makes it live again. Funny how the circle is a wheel, and it can steal someone who is a friend. Funny how the circle takes your flight, and if it's right, it brings it back again. Funny how the circle turns around. Think you're lost, then you're found again. everyone who lost a friend or a loved one this year. We're going to do a song that we've never done on the show. We're up to, what did I say? I think 785 songs, different songs we've played over the course of these 22 months, almost 23.
Yeah.
But this is one we haven't played yet.
Yeah, and it's a classic song.
And you'll know why we're playing it, because it's Boxing Day. Anyone? Anyone?
I get it.
Do you get it? You can sing along. 2, 3, 4. I am just a poor boy, though my story's seldom told. I have squandered my resistance, or a pocket full of mumbles, such are promises. All lies and jest, still a man hears what he wants to hear and disregards the rest. When I left my home and family, I was no more than a boy in the company of strangers, in the quiet of the railway station, running scared, laying low, seeking out the poorer quarters where the ragged people go, looking for the places only they would know. La la la, la 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 la. Only workman's wages, I can looking for a job, but I get no offers. Just to come on from the horse on 2nd Avenue. I do declare there were times when I was so lonesome I took some comfort there. La 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 la. La la la, la 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 la, la 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 la. And I'm laying out my winter clothes and wishing I was gone, going home, where the New York City winters are not leading me. In the clearing stands a boxer and a fighter by his trade, and he carries the reminders of every glove that laid him down or cut him till he cried out in his anger and his shame. I am leaving, but the fighter still remains. La la la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
And I'm sure everyone provided their own. La, la, la. Probably Owen the cat knocked something over at them.
Our Boxing Day song, The Boxer, of course. Well, we want to take a minute just here at the top of the show, get it out of the way to let you know about our little tip jar. And it's been our only source of income, as you know, for these past 22 months. And but it's all voluntary. Those of you who are unable to tip, your presence here makes us rich.
Yeah.
So, but if you care to and you're able to, we certainly do accept your tips at Venmo.com/the_Kennedys or PayPal.me/the_Kennedys music. And of course, our P.O. Box 8673, Tarrytown, New York 10591. And you can find these and all other options for tipping on our website, kennedysmusic.com. And we thank you. All right, moving on. This is a really good end of the year song, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And it's a beautiful song any time of the year.
Sandy Denny wrote this song. 2, 3, 4. Across the evening sky, all the birds are leaving. How can they know it's time for them to go? Before the winter fire, I will still be dreaming. I have no thought of time, for who knows where the time goes, and who knows where the time goes. Sad, deserted shore, your fickle friends are leaving. But then you know it's time for them to go. But I will still be here. I have no thought of leaving. I do not
such a great song.
Yeah, again with the changing of the seasons.
Yeah.
I've been I think I mentioned this last week. I've been kind of revisiting the tarot imagery. I love drawing a card every day and just kind of meditating on it, because the tarot cards, I don't think of it as fortune telling. I think of it as tapping into different parts of your subconscious. So whatever card you draw, you're like tapping into that part of your subconscious mind. And I love, it's the time for the Wheel of Fortune card, because it reminds us that everything is seasonal and everything is cyclical. And when bad things happen, it's not going to stay that way. When the days get colder and shorter, that's not going to stay that way. And we're going to keep moving along. So I don't know, it's hopeful. And so that's what I offer to you all, even and especially those who've lost people. It's just the hope that now they're part of the subconscious pool that's informing our lives, because their influence is never gone. The people that you lose, they're still with you all the time.
And I just read a quote from Allen Ginsberg too the other day.
Yeah.
He said, it's a very common saying to say that happiness is impermanent. But Ginsberg said, don't forget suffering is impermanent too.
Oh, absolutely.
Everything is impermanent.
You got to remind yourself of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, this song goes right along with that, I think.
Yeah.
This is a kind of a younger version of that, a teenage version of that.
It's a song about being consoled. A friend of mine pointed out to me long ago that this was the first and maybe the only car. Remember the Beach Boys did all these great car songs.
Yeah.
And they're almost always about bragging.
Yeah.
I'm not bragging, babe, so don't put me down.
Right.
Which, of course, is the beginning of a bragging song.
Right, yeah.
Little Scoop. And this one is about insecurity and uncertainty
Yeah.
on the part of the racing driver.
Yeah.
Which is like, there weren't any songs like that. So it was up to Brian Wilson to make that happen.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Inside of me for I don't know how long. I don't know why, but I keep thinking something's bound to go wrong. But she looks in my eyes and makes me realize when she says, don't worry, baby, everything will turn out. Should've kept my mouth shut when I start to brag about my car. But I can't back down now because I pushed the other guys too far. She makes me come alive and makes me wanna drive, and she says, don't worry, baby, everything will turn out alright. Don't worry, baby, baby. Ooh.
was such a great single by the Beach Boys, and when the Byrds were getting ready to do their first single, McGuinn and I guess it was Terry Melcher who I think produced it, and they were trying to think of how to get this Bob Dylan song. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. How are they going to turn that into a hit pop song? And they came up with the idea of doing it to the beat of "Don't Worry, Baby," and Melcher actually hired the same Wrecking Crew people: Hal Blaine on drums, Larry Knechtel on bass, Leon Russell on the piano, and he hired them to play Mr. Tambourine Man too. So, but added McGuinn's 12-string as like the magic fairy dust. That's what made it a hit.
And I think that, like, my ear always goes to that 12-string, but if you listen underneath all that, you'll hear that.
It's got
that anticipated punch thing.
Yeah, and Larry Knechtel, the great piano player who played on Bridge Over Troubled Water, he's the one who came up with that.
Yeah, that's great.
Great bass line.
In fact, we heard I guess just like a tape from the sessions of recording that song. They did lots and lots of takes, and you can hear that part evolve, because at first it's just a root 1 4 5 kind of root thing, and then at one point he does that slide up.
Yeah, just for that one song where the Byrds were so new. In those days, they didn't trust like youngsters to play on records, so McGuinn was a veteran, so they let him do it, and but they didn't let the other guys play on that song. But of course, Chris Hillman did so many great bass things later on.
Well, we're going to do a song now, and two of our weekly listeners, Terry and Art, lost someone dear this week. Art's sister Judy passed away, and the funeral was this week, and I think that they weren't able to go because of the COVID and everything. So Terry asked if we would do a song and think of Judy, and so we're going to do this one. It's actually another Gene Clark song.
Yeah, another Gene Clark song.
It's called "Here Without You." 2, 3, 4. Daytime just makes me feel lonely. Night I can only dream about you. Girl, you're on my mind nearly all of the time. It's so hard being here without you. Words in my head keep repeating things that you said when I was with you. And I wonder, is it true? Do you feel the same way too? It's so hard being here without you. Being here without you. Oh, I know that it won't last. I'll see you someday. It seems as though that day will come never. But there's one thing I swear, though you're far away, I'll be thinking about you forever. The streets that I walk on depress me. The ones that were happy when I was with you. Still, with all the friends I know, and with all the things I do, it's so hard being here without you. sending you lots of love, Art and Terry, and keeping Judy in our hearts.
Somebody asked not too long ago how to play a B minor chord. Mm-hmm. Because you're playing these big open chords, E minor, A minor, D, G. C. Then you get to B minor, it's this little wimpy chord. Mm-hmm. When you look at the chord charts, it's just like those, all of a sudden you don't have a bass note. And I never play
bar chords.
I hate bar chords. But what I usually do is I play the Byrds B minor. Mm-hmm. If you listen to Byrds records, there's a lot of B minors, but they, well, Crosby played in low D most of the time. But when Gwynn would play B minor, he put his thumb over the bottom string on the second fret. Ah. So it's an inverted B minor. Second inversion, is that what it's called when the fifth is on the bottom?
Wow, yeah. Oh, nice.
That's a very Byrdsy sound.
It is. Especially with the 12 string. Yeah. I do a bar chord.
So try that. Do your B minor and stick your thumb on the second fret.
And I'll do a bar chord, but I also do this one.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing. I still wrap my thumb.
Yeah.
We get all techie here with our
guitar stuff.
I know a lot of people play guitar, so
so many of our viewers play guitar. Yeah.
All right. Well, this is a great COVID song for all of us, especially now that we're kind of locked down again. And I think probably everyone can relate to this song in one way or another. This is a song written by John Fogerty. Can you guess? Guesses, anyone?
We both can, having both played in bars for years and years.
I think anyone who's ever played in a bar can relate to this song for sure. But just being homebound and all, this is for all y'all.
Yeah.
I said that twice this episode. So
all
far.
y'all.
All y'all. My Texan is coming back. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Just about a year ago, I set out on the road, seeking my fame and fortune, and looking for a pot of gold. Things got bad and things got worse. I guess you know the tune. Oh Lord, stuck in Lodi again. I rode in on a Greyhound. I'll be walking out if I go. I was just passing through, must be 7 months or more. I ran out of time and money. It looks like it took my friends. Oh Lord, stuck in Lodi again. Begin it. Man from the magazine said I was on my way. Somewhere I lost connection. I ran out of songs to play. I came into town on a one-night stand. Looks like the plans fell through. Oh Lord, stuck in Lodi again. If I only had $1 for every song I sung, every time I had to play, when people sat there drunk, you know I
on my very first 8-track. When I had my first car, my first of many Volkswagen Bugs. And I had an 8-track player, and I only had one tape,
Yeah.
the plastic cartridges, and it was Creedence. And I took the 12-inch speakers out of my Sears guitar amp and put them in the back compartment of the Volkswagen. It was the first boom car, really. It was loud, and I just would drive around cranking Creedence.
And didn't you tell me that because the Volkswagen had a curved ceiling that the sound would just go up and right into your ears?
Yeah. That was before I had my Volkswagen Bus.
Oh.
Where when I sped up, the music would get faster, and when I slowed down, it would get slower.
I love it. Technology. Well, this song is kind of a quarantine song. I wrote this one when we were living up in Northampton. You had pneumonia and weren't going anywhere for a long time, and we just felt really kind of trapped by winter. But it's a pretty song. And when I wrote this, I was listening to that first Robert Plant and Alison Krauss album.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I love their song. We've done it here before, actually, Killing the Blues. That was a Roland Sally song. And I wanted to write a song like that, so I kind of combined that musical inspiration with what was going on at home. This is called Sunburns Gold. Snow sparkled at first fall, December diamonds in our eyes, were they only reflections of light or tears from a winter sky? How the wind blows cold right through me. Can't we wait it out here inside? Oh, it might be forever until the sun burns gold again. Crept up from behind me, think all these songs we're doing have that cyclical theme. You know?
Yeah. And that one, the lyrically, and also I think and this might be from living in Western Mass at the time, has a Emily Dickinson vibe, I think, to the lyrics. Remember her famous comment about winter, there's a certain slant of light in winter afternoons. When you say December diamonds, the snow spark.
There they are.
That sounds a little bit like something she would, her kind of vibe, the Dickinson vibe.
Well, isn't that what you do when you look at nature and it reminds you of different aspects of life? It's kind of like the tarot cards. It reminds you of a certain archetypal part of your life, or archetypal part of all life.
Yeah, of course, Thoreau did that all the time.
All the time. In fact, my favorite part of Walden is when he's lying on the side of the pond and he's looking really closely at all the beautiful cracks that the ice makes and this beautiful pattern. It's like you couldn't design that out of your brain. It's just nature does it for you. It's beautiful. But I digress. It's always good to digress into Thoreau and Dickinson, I think. It's always a good thing.
But there's optimism too.
There's always optimism because there's always going to be...
You can look back and you can also look forward right now.
Yeah, we look back then, we're going to look forward now to all the better things. Ready? We're going to send this one out to Joanne. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rhyme and the very best of choruses too. Follow all the doubt and sadness. I know that better things are on their way. Here's hoping all the days ahead won't be as bitter as the ones behind. Be an optimist instead, and somehow happiness will find you. Forget what happened yesterday. I know that better things are on their way. It's really good to see you rocking out and having fun, living like you've just begun. Accept your life and what it brings. I hope tomorrow you'll find better things. I know tomorrow you'll find better things. Here's wishing you the bluest skies and hoping something better comes tomorrow. Hoping all the verses rhyme and the very best of choruses too. Follow all that doubt and sadness. I know that better things are on their way. I know you got a lot of good things happening up ahead. The past is gone, it's all been said. So here's to what the future brings. I hope tomorrow you'll find better things. I know tomorrow you'll find better things. Yeah, I know tomorrow you'll find better things. I hope tomorrow you'll find better things. I raised the key a whole step from the last time we did it because the high part is high, but the low part is low.
That's on the verses are really low vocally,
Yeah.
and the chorus is really high vocally.
So I hope I didn't hurt anybody's ears with my upper register. It's always a danger, you know.
That reminds me that there was at least one Kinks sister who sang on their records.
Yeah, that's right.
Uncredited.
You just credited her.
She's credited now.
All right.
There were several Kinks sisters, but I know there was one that was a singer who did some of those kind of high harmonies.
So this week I was talking to someone about all of our time that we spent with Nancy Griffith, who we lost earlier this year. and all of our time on the road and everything. And I mentioned that somewhere in a cupboard somewhere we had a cassette tape of the Other Voices, Other Rooms album that Pete played on, but it was just her voice and guitar sitting in her kitchen. And I hadn't thought about that tape in a long time. I dug it out and I listened to the whole thing with headphones on really quietly, and it just brought her back, like immediately back to me, because it was just her and a guitar. There was nothing obscuring her voice and her personality. I don't know, I felt her personality. And while this song wasn't on that tape because it was on a different record, I thought it'd be a good song to do because Nancy really loved this song. She didn't write it. Our friend Julie Gold wrote it. And I think that this song is the song that kind of launched her into the Irish people's consciousness. They loved her over there. And I was looking at old pictures of Nancy with the Irish school kids in Belfast, and I don't know, I had a nice visit with Nancy, I should say, in my mind. And that's another good thing about the cycles. When we lose people, we can always revisit those beautiful memories that if you don't let them dissipate, then they won't. So we're going to send this up to Nancy, and we're going to send it over down the river to Julie. She's just down the river, on the same side of the river as we are, in fact.
Yeah.
And this is called From a Distance. 2, 3, 4. From a distance, the world looks blue and green, and the snow-capped mountains white. And from a distance, the ocean meets the stream, and the eagle takes to flight. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land. And it's the voice of hope, it's the voice of peace, it's the voice of every man. From a distance, we all had enough, and no one is in need. And there are no guns, no bombs, no diseases, no hungry mouths to feed. From a distance, we are instruments marching in a common band, playing songs of hope, playing songs of peace. They're the songs of every man. God is watching us, God is watching us, God is watching us from a distance. From a distance, you look like my friend, even though we are at war. And from a distance, I can comprehend what all this war is for. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land.
play that in so many places in the world with Nancy.
Well, that song's up in space. You know, they took a CD of that song up in space some years ago.
Yeah,
It's everywhere, that one.
yeah. But I think about playing it in Ireland, in the Republic, and in Northern Ireland, and all over England, and all over America, and it just, you know, sometimes with the really big band where the drums would come in, and other times like reduced really small, maybe with just the two of us, or with Pat McInerney and Nancy, and it's always a moment.
I remember playing it the first time I went over to Belfast with Nancy. You didn't come that tour, and there was an ensemble, there was an assembly, and the president of Ireland was there, in fact, and we sang that song as a duet, me and Nancy. Not a duet, but I backed her up. It was just the two of us playing guitar. That's a great memory.
Yeah. That was in Belfast, right? In Northern Ireland.
Sorry, Northern Ireland. So let's do, this is a song of ours that's sort of in the same vein as that. We haven't done this in a while. It's
Yeah.
another song of unity, which we all need, always, but in tough times more than ever. 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. Sorry, I'm in the wrong key.
We need unity.
Isn't it there?
It's in G, I believe.
Really?
Do you love-
It's in G?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that? Pete is sure about that. Everything is cyclical. Next time we play the song, I'll remember what key it's in. 2, 3, 4. One world without end, drawn close to the flame. Love will stand against a fire of change when it's one heart, one soul, one heart, one soul. We're one heart, one soul, one heart, one soul. Hush, little baby, don't you cry. A woman whispers as the rockets go by. There are no countries, only hearts, and even armies couldn't tear us apart. When we're one heart, one soul, one heart, one soul. We're one heart, one soul, one heart, one soul. Don't wait around for someone else to show it, 'cause you may be the very first to know it. Ocean to ocean, shore to shore, across all borders, beyond all wars, never forsaken, never alone. We'll bring these walls down stone by stone, 'cause we're one heart, one soul, one heart, one soul. We're one heart, one soul,
Nils did that solo on the record.
You did a pretty good Nils there.
Nils Lofgren.
You did a pretty good Nils impression
Was that a
there.
Nils? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yesterday we lost a very important person. Desmond Tutu died. And so that song kind of makes me think of him because he did break down walls and barriers
Sure, yeah.
in South Africa and around the world, really. So we wanted to sing. We want to sing this song. I'm not even going to play. I'm going to sing on this song, I think. So we're going to send this to the memory of Desmond Tutu.
What's the tempo here?
Right there. I see trees of green, red roses too. I watch them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed day, and the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, and also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying how do you do. They're really saying I love you. I hear babies crying, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Doesn't that song make you feel so good? It just makes me feel so good all the time.
Remember the story we heard when we went to the Louis Armstrong house?
Mm-hmm.
If you're ever, I'm sure it's not open now, but someday it'll be open again.
Mm-hmm.
Close to the airport in Queens, close to LaGuardia, is Louis Armstrong's house.
Oh, so great.
And it's just the way it was, all his furnishings and
Shag carpeting
stuff like
and-
that, and his recordings. He kept a journal with a tape recorder that you can hear some of those things. And there's a story that he came home late one night and he woke up his wife and he said, "A white cat wrote a song just for me." And it's a beautiful song about race relations.
Yeah.
That's why all the imagery
Colors
is
of the
colors.
Rainbow, yeah. Yep.
It's a great, beautiful, beautiful song.
Well, we have one more song for you at the end of this year. It's a good song to end the year with, I think. And next week, of course, this is the end of one year. Next week's theme is the new beginnings. New year, fresh start, we'll call it. So we're going to give you this one. Have you all been watching that Get Back show?
The Beatles Get Back.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing to see into the, I mean, there's so much of the writing process in there and everything.
It seems like Paul McCartney never stops writing.
No, he doesn't. But they have different
Good,
ways.
bad, whatever. He's just like
He's
spewing
always
out songs.
I know. And there's people like
endlessly.
talking in the corner, like not even aware that he's like writing.
And
Let
he's
it be.
strumming on his bass a lot of the
Yeah, he
time. That
strums
little
on his-
Hofner hollow bass and playing it like a guitar and just kind of songs are just pouring out.
And then George, in contrast, will come in with a song that he worked on overnight, so he's more prepared. But then just to see them all putting it together, it's.
And even though they're working on the Let It Be album, which they didn't have the name because he was still writing that song.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of the songs that ended up on Abbey Road too.
Yes, that's right.
So they were just endlessly writing.
Anyway, this is to send you off and send 2021 off. And we'll see you next year. 2, 3, 4. Once there was a way to get back homeward. Once there was a way to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry. And I will sing a lullaby. Golden slumbers fill your eyes. Smiles await you when you rise. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry. And I will sing a lullaby. Once there was a way to get back homeward. Once there was a way to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry. And I will sing a lullaby. Boy, you're gonna carry that weight a long time. Boy, you're gonna carry that weight a long time. I never give you my pillow. I only send you my invitations. And in the middle of the celebrations, I break down. Boy, you're gonna carry that weight a long time. Boy, you're gonna carry that weight a long time. How you gonna be in my dreams tonight? Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, And in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make. Well, we both hope you all have a wonderful, safe, happy, healthy new year. And we sure do look forward to better things. We will see you here, same time, same place next week. Keep those masks on, even if you're vaccinated. You know, Joshua knows. Breakthroughs happen. So please take care of yourselves, take care of each other. And we will see you. Oh. And thank you to our niece for making these for us, Melanie. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week. Love you all so much. Be safe.